Besides eating cereal with water, what is the most outrageous eating sin you have ever witnessed? I had a friend who went through a period where cake decorating was her hobby, and she made some amazing looking cakes that all tasted horrible because of the bizarre flavor combinations. It was always a bit funny because people would compliment the look of them and then have to figure out how to throw their pieces away without being rude about it. The worst one was a Christmas cake with an immaculate looking fondant Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer that was an orange spice cake covered in mint icing. It was like brushing your teeth and rinsing with orange juice in cake form. When I visited my aunt's family as a kid, she served a purple cow milk mixed with grape juice for breakfast. If you haven't tasted that, take my word for it, it's not a great concoction. In elementary school, we used to mix the milk and juice the school gave us for breakfast to puke and get sent home early. Apple juice and milk usually worked the best. I think grape juice and milk was a close second. You goddamn genius. I did something similar. I mixed up a bottle full of chewed crackers, water, and a ketchup/mustard mixture and put the bottle in my jacket pocket. I went to the teacher in class and asked to see the nurse, and I told her I'd been feeling queasy all morning. She put me in one of those little rooms with a cot and had me lay down. I waited for a minute and pretended to puke as I poured my bottle of gross liquid into the toilet, and then I buried it in the trash can. I went and told the nurse and showed her the puke and got to go right home. I used to mix the chocolate milk and orange juice just so I had something different to drink. Damn, was I that weird? I work at a pub/restaurant waiting tables. This couple walks in who I've never seen, but are apparently regulars. The bartender sees them, shoots me a glance, and goes to grab something from the kitchen. Before even taking their order, he's filled the crushed red pepper shaker and told me to take it over to them. The woman orders a small cup of French onion soup and proceeds to unscrew the cap of this shaker and dump the entirety of it onto her soup, an inch high off the top of her bowl. She's eating this spicy red pepper like cereal and didn't even ask for a drink refill. She must be dead inside and desperately trying to feel something. Dude in my dining hall had a plate of sunny side up eggs. Scooped under an egg with his fork, brought it up to his mouth, and only touched his lips to the yolk. Proceeded to suck all the yolk and then slurp the rest of the egg in. It was like a car crash. I couldn't look away, but I was horrified. My sister would make Ritz cracker sandwiches, except the thing that went between the two Ritz cracker buns was another Ritz cracker, except chewed up and spit out. It was disgusting. I wasn't going to tell this story, but here I am. As a kid I would eat a whole bag of Doritos without swallowing, and then I'd spit out the pulverized chip dust and saliva mixture and roll it into a ball with my hands, and then let it harden a bit in my desk at school between first and second break, and then eat it again during lunch, when the outside was a bit crunchy again, but the inside was still moist and the consistency of a chocolate truffle. My mom puts peanut butter on cold pizza. It is the closest flavor to vomit that is not vomit. You've gotta add orange juice for that authentic vomit flavor. This thought actually made me nauseous. A+. Could only be worse with mint. +1 for the orange juice addition. Or really anything acidic. Maybe some warm Sprite. A watermelon and ketchup sandwich. I call it a sandwich because it makes me sad. Is the watermelon the bun? Or does this monstrosity desecrate bread, too? Clearly the ketchup is the bun. Stay right where you are, the police are on their way. About to live the rest of his life as a convicted melon. Once the cops catch up to him. Kid I used to know in school used to rip open his milk carton and dip his burrito into the chocolate milk. Sometimes he'd even go so far as to rip open the burrito and pour his milk onto the beef and eggs to, I'm quoting him here, creamify the meat. I don't know man, but the word creamify is just ugh. My sister used to put ketchup on strawberries. This is why she had to be disappeared, isn't it? No, she only did that as a toddler. She's still here. Op, you have to let go. It's not your fault. She ate strawberries with ketchup. Please opus. Before she hurts someone else. My toddler cousin used to kill insects and eat them. He thought that it was some serious gourmet shit. And I've asked you repeatedly to stop airing my business online. Hello, Stewie. One time, a long time ago, I ate Lucky Charms with Guinness as a St. Patrick's Day bastardization. I would not recommend. I think Stephen Colbert or some comedian did it as a joke, and I was curious. I would also not recommend. Colbert ate Lucky Charms and Baileys with Tom Hanks. Only remember the exact details, because that's a really fun sentence to type. Peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. Good god, what the hell is wrong with these people? I mean, you could just lie down in a ditch and die instead. Someone told me it was because the mayonnaise prevented the peanut butter from sticking to the roof of your mouth. But at what cost? A guy who eats peanut butter and mayo sandwiches explained it to me once. This was in a bar, for context, so insert drunken explanation mental images here. According to bar guy, the thing is, you shouldn't use too much mayo, just a small amount, and you shouldn't use very savory or strong tasting mayo, and you pair it with creamy, rather than crunchy peanut butter. The idea is that the mayo makes the peanut butter more creamy, or even smoother. Bar guy was very convincing, so I agreed to try it sometime. He was right, sorta, but realistically it's possible to achieve the same effect with something like, say, marshmallow cream. It doesn't need to be mayo specifically. So, basically, just have a fluffernutter and leave the mayo for cold cuts and burgers. I knew a guy who would bite into Hot Pockets in the middle, holding each end. WTF man. You ever realize, when you microwave something the edges are super hot and the middle should be just right? He's letting the atomic parts cool off, while he eats the best bits right away. Cut it in half, why don't ya? Bringing utensils into Hot Pocket consumption is a bigger food sin than the one you're trying to correct. Might as well pour some Milwaukee's Best into a champagne flute while you're at it. Ketchup on sushi. Shivers. I've been at a sushi place and heard the people in the booth behind me ask for ketchup. I can only hope it was for something else and not the sushi itself. A couple of years ago when my best friend and I were still in college, she stayed over at mine a few times. It was then that I learned that she liked dipping cheese into hot chocolate. Like, full on dunking it in, waiting for it to partially melt, swirling it around, and then eating it. I love her to bits. She's like my kid sister, but I still haven't entirely recovered. Edit. From all these comments, I've learned that this is indeed a thing in some parts of the world. Cheers guys. I'm not sleeping tonight. Went to college with this one girl who would get a chef salad, slice up banana, and put it on said chef salad, then use ketchup as dressing. I shit you not, this person ate that on a regular basis. I was maybe gonna be okay with just bananas on a salad, putting fruit, especially stuff like strawberries on a salad is fine, but ketchup, ooh. I live with someone who lives to eat food sins. Do you really think water with cereal is bad? Boy, the thing I would consider the least of eating sins would be when she microwaved a fucking pickle with cheese on it, then dipped in fucking ice cream. I can't stand to sit in the kitchen when she's in there because of the shit she made. If anyone is interested, I'll provide more horrid creations she made and ate, but all you really need to know is that fucking pickle. Please, by all means, tell us more. I'm legit curious. She pulled a slice of pizza out of the trash, put cough syrup on it, and topped it off with a moldy fucking grape. She soaked a slice of bread with grape soda, froze it, then ate it, after it fell into cigarette ashes. A cosmic brownie dipped in fucking nacho cheese. She made a peanut butter and jam sandwich with American cheese, saltine crackers, and grapes. She for some reason really likes old grapes. I know there's more, but I'm afraid people will think I'm making this shit up if I tell anything else worse. Your roommate eats like she's creating avant-garde performance art.